And I think we are live. I think we are live. What's up, y'all? What is good? We're going to give a couple more minutes for everybody to get in, and we're going to discuss this tragic news today, man. Crazy, shocking the whole world. I was at a very, very busy mall today, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts. What how I found out the information, and it's just a sad day, really. And really, if you're a basketball player, if you're a sports, you like sports, you're a big fan of NBA, and it's just tragic news today. So we gonna definitely discuss it. I'm gonna open up, let a few people on. If you want to come on. Also, I know I'm not in California, but I know a couple of YouTube creators such as DVD King, um, is in California, who can give us a little bit more in depth, of what's going on out there. California has been going through some stuff, this past within the year, man. It's just a lot that's going on out there, and it's unfortunate. So we give it like another minute or so. We let everybody tune in. Hopefully, you know, again, my Cali folks, I can't remember everybody, but if y'all got and I meant to do it earlier, but I know my phone is like dead, just to get some more insight of what's going on out there in California. Man, but what the heck is going on, man? I mean, it's I'm not the one in question, my God, what goes on, what happens, the craziest thing I wanted to hear is that his daughter wasn't with him, and his daughter was with him, and it kind of hurt me. At first it was news that she wasn't on board, so I was like, man, because she actually travels everywhere with him, as far as going to the NBA game. So I know, like, a few days ago they was at the game together. They showed them at the game together, and I know they be going back and forth. So, and then the news actually came out that she was on board with him, and it's hard, man, because we all have children, and part of us, who have children, our job is to protect our kids. And in that situation, I can't imagine how they were feeling or what the heck was going on. Would they survive? And man, it's just a crazy, crazy, crazy situation, man. Of what happened, and it's just Kobe Bryant is just a mega. He's a big time icon. He's an icon. People look up to him, and you don't hear a lot of good things that he do, but some of the reports were saying he actually helped kids, basketball camps. He helped coach his daughter. Sometimes people, they get mad because you might have a high profile, player actually come back and watch their kids. They get in, they really into the kids, and some people have a problem with that, because the attention comes off the kid into the high profile athlete. But if they don't do it, then there's a problem too. So I mean, it's just a sad situation all the way around, man. And it's just crazy. It is crazy because Cole was that guy. You know what I'm saying? I always been a fan of Kobe. I always been a fan of him. He just had that killer instinct, similar to Michael Jordan. It took him a couple years to get their wheels going, but coming straight out of high school into a man's sport, not everybody is going to grasp that right away. But after a couple of years, Kobe actually, came into his own, um, you know, uh, defining odds and everything. They said he couldn't win it without Shaq, and he won one without Shaq, and Shaq didn't win anything without him. So it's kind of crazy, man. It is crazy. So I'm at shock. I was me and my son. We actually went to the Nike outlet today, and the thing about it, we looked at some more Kobe shoes while we was at the Nike outlet, and they always like they all right. They wasn't spectacular or that wow, but we picked them up. It's like no, Dad, I just wait, and I was gonna get them for him, but and then we left the Nike outlet, and then we went to a nice size, a very busy mall that we have out here in Metro Detroit. By the name of it is 12 Oaks. So some of y'all who may be from Metro Detroit or Detroit itself, but Metro Detroit out there in the suburbs, we got a very active mall, very, very active. A lot of families, they got pretty much everything out there. And we went to Champs, we went to Finish Line, we went to Foot Action, and then the last one I was like, hey, let's go up in Foot Locker. We up in Foot Locker picking up like Paul George. We picked up his shoes, looked at his shoes. We looked at some Jordans, we looked at some LeBrons. Who else? Adonis from Milwaukee. We looked at his shoes. So and then next thing you know, one of the employees was like, and she was kind of loud. She said, "Oh my God, they saying Kobe Bryant dead." So everybody looked up like, "Oh man, that's probably a hoax." Are you sure? And no, she said, "I'm on Twitter, and there's a lot of rest in peace, Kobe." And she said, hold up. She said she went to TMZ and it was confirmed. And that's when you just seen everybody just grabbing their phone. And I'm paying for because I got some I did get the Paul George shoes for my son, and I got some other ones. The Giannis shoes from Milwaukee Bucks. So I grabbed a couple of them. And so I'm like, damn, they just talked to him last night. So I'm like, this gotta be a host, because they do it all the time. You hear celebrities, he's dead, this is dead. And then you come to find out it's a host, somebody playing games and stuff like this. But so immediately I put it on my as we leave in Foot Locker, I turn on my IPTV service that I have on my phone, and I go straight to ESPN. ESPN, they running it. I'm like, forget that. Go to ESPN News. And ESPN News, the newscaster, he was on there, and had Kobe 19 something to 2020. I said, man, oh man, oh man. I said, wow, and next thing you know, my phone just started blowing up. I started getting text messages. Hey man, you heard about Kobe? You hear about Kobe? I'm in line, and I'm answering, and you just hearing people's phones, guys. When I tell you, it was like, I don't want to compare it to 911 because the technology wasn't quite there in 2001 like we have today. But guys, when I tell you, when you sitting in a line and you out there and you hearing bling, bling, and you hearing people phones going off, and everybody, even though I found out in Foot Locker as I'm walking, because I stopped at the Cinnamon Bun, you just hear phones just going off, just blowing up. And people like, what? Kobe ain't. And they said the same thing I was saying. Man, this is a joke. And I'm like, as I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, no, this is not a joke, and and I show them on the ESPN News, so they looking at my phone like, oh, You seen one dude like teary-eyed and everything, and it was just crazy, man. It's crazy. And we lost us one, guys. We lost an iconic basketball player. And one thing I'm gonna tell you, man, before I get ready to open it up, one thing I appreciated about him, because I think as a parent, when you working and you always want one of your kids to, take after you. You know what I'm saying? Really, if you're a hard worker, you look forward to that, and I just seeing Kobe with his daughter. I think he got all daughters. It's 4 girls. I think the youngest is like 1 or 2 or something like that. But always seeing that daughter right next to him, man, it it touched me, because I'm all, I try to spend as much time with my kids as much as, as possible, and our job is to protect our kids, um, we supposed to make it easier. Each generation supposed to make it easier than what you went through. So things that you failed in, or, that were, make you fall back or make you slide back, you try to protect them from, to say, no, you may want to go in this direction. You want your kids to be independent. But again, I think as a parent, man, our job is to like protect our kids, and during that, man, how can you, it's a tough situation, it's very, very tough. Really, not to say anything, but as a man, I don't never want to see my kids hurt. I don't like it when my kids are ill, whether they got a cold or the flu. I don't like to see that. And, part of my job is to eliminate that. Part of my job is to make sure they can go to the hospital or the doctor, and I just think, to see him on the sideline, it kind of encouraged a lot of guys to actually go out and spend quality time with their kids. And you seen the genuine love. She lay her head on her dad, and he explained different things to her. She was only 13, if I'm not mistaken, and it was tough, and I'm just looking back, and I used to be like, man, that's a great feeling, knowing that you got the money put away. You don't have to work ever. Your kids probably are never going to have to work, and to see it all come to an end is, I can't imagine how, the wife and, his moms and pops, his mother-in-law, father-in-law, the children, and the multiple family members, how they feel right now, because I'm quite sure, he helped as many as he could. Probably can't help everybody, but he touched a lot of people in the way he's, some NBA players, when they retire, they go off into the sunset. You don't see from them. Perfect example is Karl Malone. When he retired, I think you seen him at 1 or 2 games, and that was it. And he rode into the sunset. We haven't seen him since. And Kobe, just to come around the organization that he stayed with his whole career, was just, and then to bring his daughter and just embrace her. And it was a touching moment, man. It was definitely a touching moment. They actually showed LeBron too, actually getting off the plane and some flip-flops, getting the news, and he like broke down, because as y'all know, LeBron just passed Kobe yesterday in a loss, though they lost, but he just passed him to become 3rd all time in scoring. And so it's, man, that's a hell of an accomplishment, because he passed Jordan and then Kobe, so it's a lot of NBA players. And like I said, they said it was 5. They said now they came up with 9, guys. They said it was 9 people on board. So it's a lot of investigation going on, man. It is a touching one, guys. It is a touching one, and it's crazy. It is crazy. So let me see what y'all saying. Verna say rest in peace. Yep, so young, absolutely. Miss Octavia say sad day here in Cali. That's what's up. And I'm about to open it up because I would like to see, or not see, but hear some of the reaction really from my people over in California you know, who got more in-depth information, open it up for y'all, and just come on in and see. Uh, it's just man, I can't imagine. I wouldn't even want to. It's crazy, man, and that's why we got to thank God every day, because we don't know, guys. We don't know when our last breath is going to be taken. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just keep moving. Just keep moving. But yeah, it's definitely a sad day. But for my people in Cali, I would love to get y'all some more insight with y'all hearing. I'm not going to make this too long of a show. I may do this for about an hour or so. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy. They said this happened like early morning, 9 o'clock or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. 9 o'clock, between 9. So that was probably like noon my time when everything went down. So it's definitely a real it's not too good. I like that guy, man. That guy was all right with me. He only had one hiccup, and we all have hiccups. I don't know him personally, but but I mean, it's just crazy, man, that I just want y'all to think of this. LeBron last night, or Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night, LeBron passing. And then you had what's her name from MMA, Chris Cyborg, actually, because they were playing at the Staples, right? I mean, the fight was at the Staples, the Bellator. She came out in the Laker colors, man. So it was crazy. And then, of course, Sunday we get this tragic news, man. So it's crazy. And then next weekend they supposed to announce the Hall of Famers, and he a first ballot Hall of Famer. So man, all of this happening all at once is crazy. Yeah. 5 say rumors were being said that Rick Fox was on the helicopter, but it was not true. Yeah, I think I heard something about him. Yeah, but it's definitely it's definitely a sad day. And really, if you're a guy who like NBA, it's, man, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. And I just by me being in a very busy mall, guys, when I tell you this mall is busy, I'm talking about busy, even on a Sunday, and it was raining out there too, but it's very, very busy. It's crazy. It is very, very crazy, man. Very, very crazy. But if we got anybody from Cali out there, if you want to jump on, definitely jump on. If you just want to come on and say where you was at, that's fine and good as well. Yeah, so it's definitely a sad day. Definitely a sad day. I think I just heard Stephen A. Smith even just came out saying something, but it's probably going to tomorrow, because the beginning of the work day, a lot of basketball. It's going to be, oh my goodness, from all the national syndicated shows, from First Take to Shannon and damn, I can't remember his name, over there on Fox. You're gonna have Jim Rome. It's gonna be a lot of information out here, guys. All of these guys, going to be talking about the same thing. So yeah, and it's just sad, man, because like CL Life say, rest in peace, GG. 13 years old, guys, and we don't, and y'all just like me, we don't like losing kids. We don't like losing kids. It's just so unfortunate, and I was hoping, I was like, man, please don't let the little girl, but she probably was a daddy's girl, and Kobe was a man, you know what I'm saying? He could have been out there partying like a lot of, blowing money, doing all type of stuff, but it is definitely crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's definitely crazy. It's definitely. What up, though, Bo?
What's good?
God, man, just kicking it, man. Got that news today?
Yeah, I was out, and it was funny because my phone had went off, and then I looked, and then my phone went off again, and it was DVD calling me, and I was like, when he called me, I was like, man, that ain't true. I'm like, that's probably a hoax or something like that. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And then when I went on Facebook, the first thing I saw was TMZ, and I still thought it was a hoax because they, I had to wait, and I did the same thing you did, Dale. I went straight to ESPN.
Yep.
And then when ESPN was showing it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, if ESPN is showing it, then yeah, it's true.
Heck yeah, man.
And then later on, we start hearing that it was his daughter was there too.
Yeah, and that's what I was hoping, man. I mean, I was like, man, please, because that's what I was saying, like, man, was his daughter with him? Because she is always with him. I mean,
right. And they said he was going to her game. Actually, is what I was.
Yeah. I think they said something about practice, getting her back for practice or something like that. Because she had a game, upcoming game or something like that. Mm-hmm. So man, and the thing about it, I actually went and looked at the helicopter. It's a nice size helicopter. I think it fits a total of 18 people. No, was it 12? It fits a total of 12 people, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a nice size helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy, man. It is very, very crazy. We lost one today. We lost one. We actually lost one. So I mean, just to see all of this, all of this going down, it's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He won two. He won two without Shaq.
Yeah, he won two without Shaq.
Oh, I thought it was just one.
No, he won two without Shaq.
Okay.
Won two without Shaq. He won three with Shaq and two without him.
Okay, man.
Yeah, that's where the five coming at. So he won three without him and then two. So they did the interview with they did an interview with Doc. He was very emotional. Jay Williams was emotional too. So
yeah,
they have quite a bit of people. He touched the NBA world, so that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he won one before he went to Lakers.
Who?
Shaq, but he said he won one without him. Yeah, I thought he went. I thought. Or was it? I can't.
Kobe got a total of five.
No, he talking about Shaq.
Rings, so
he talking about Shaq. Because I might have missed.
I'm saying Kobe won a total of five. Shaq won a total of four.
No, I might have misquoted this. What S. Mick is saying, Shaq won. I think I said Shaq didn't win one without Kobe until was it before they split apart.
No, he when they split, he won that next year with the Heat.
Okay,
Shaq did.
Okay, I thought it was just before he went. Okay.
Yeah, that's what made it. That's what made everybody talk the way they talk. Because they was like, well, Shaq won one without Kobe.
Yeah,
he won it with D Wade, and then that's when Kobe ended up winning. Then he ended up winning the next two.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, man. I was like, man. So it's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just lets you know, though. It lets you know that as far as none of us really know how long we here. You know what I'm saying? None of us really know how long we here. With news like this, and like you said, it's sad that it was with his child, and it's sad to be, to be there in that moment with your child. That's the part that's really like,
Man. Yep.
You know?
And the thing about it, I know it was some reports that came out, Bo, that the weather wasn't the best. That's why I was trying to get one of our California brothers and sisters to come up in here to actually, say, was the weather good? They really haven't came out with it.
Right.
The
I heard that too. I heard it too, but I don't know. I don't know myself either. Like, is the weather too bad? I mean, we a couple of hours close to California, and our weather here is pretty good.
Mhm.
But I don't know about the weather there. I mean, 'cause sometimes it has rain there and it hasn't rained here,
Right,
and vice
right.
versa. So there's sometimes it rain here and it don't rain there. So um, I don't know. Is weird. I mean, because I'm hearing different stuff. I was hearing somebody didn't want to fly, or whoever was gonna fly didn't want to fly.
Yep.
So
And
they said it was very foggy when they crashed. TV helicopter.
yeah, that's why that's what I was getting to. And I'm glad this brother came on because he's actually down in California. What up, King? He's on
Hold on real quick. I'm trying. I know you don't like my kids and that, right? You know,
okay. Okay.
wait, I have to go to the bathroom. Give me a minute, guys. I'm sorry. Yes,
Okay.
I went to the bathroom, everybody. Yes, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm watching wrestling, and I had to come support Dale real quick. So I'm not gonna be on here for too long.
Hey King, you got back feed. You got I'm gonna have to mute you because you got back
No,
feed.
that might be Ken.
Yeah, that's why I said Ken. Not King, but Ken, you got back feed. So that's why I had to mute you. So you
Yeah.
might have to,
So
no, it ain't King, it's Ken that got back feed. So
that's
yeah.
me.
No. That's Ken that came on.
All right,
Yeah,
what's
that's
popping?
Ken.
What's popping, big bro?
What up, though?
Oh,
Hold
what's
up.
up, dude?
What's up with it?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you got a lot of back feed right there, Ken. I don't know if that's coming from your
Mute your YouTube, Ken.
yeah. Oh, he gonna come back on. All right, King, you ready?
Yeah.
All right,
So
man. I just want you to give some in depth, since you're like one of the closest to it. What weather wise. I guess that's the biggest question.
well,
How was y'all weather?
the weather, it was foggy. It was foggy, especially where he was going to. It was foggy, but the weather didn't have anything to do with it. They're saying it was the engine that that went. So the weather and the engine is going to be totally two different things.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is this, that I mean, it's sad. It's very sad because of the simple fact of he's gone, and plus to have his 13-year-old daughter on there,
Right.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this shows you guys that you need to make sure. And I did this a couple of weeks ago and a couple of months ago. Your loved ones, give them their flowers while they're here. And what I mean by that is basically, make sure you show appreciation to your loved ones, to your family members, and all that. Don't show appreciation to people when they're gone, because they can't enjoy that appreciation. And Kobe had a lot of appreciation when he was here. But like right now, I was gonna go down to the Staples Center, but right now, if you guys see the news, it's crowd.
The Grammys down there too.
Huh?
The Grammys there right now too.
Yeah. So mixed with the Grammys and this happened and all that, so it's hectic. It's very hectic right now. So as more as news come, then definitely I'll tell Dale. Dale will let you guys know. But right now, like I said, they're saying that it wasn't really the weather factor. The engine blew, but it was a helicopter that he took plenty of times. It was his own helicopter.
Right. Yeah.
It was, he felt comfortable with it. So like I said, I didn't know the cat. I know a couple of people that was close to him. I didn't know him like that, but at the end of the day, he's still from LA. He's still he spent all 20 years with the Lakers. You feel me? He never switched up. And they was like, dude, it was the loyalty, because technically, Kobe's not really from LA. He's from Oakland. He's from the Bay, but he's not from LA. So, but they was like, the loyalty is what really, really got him like that love, that he was loyal to LA for being here for the whole 20 years. So I mean, it's a very sad day. This is on the level of losing Nip, and LA gonna, we gonna be hurting for a minute after this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, it's going to be bigger than Nip because of
Yeah.
the NBA. The NBA is global, and people knew a Nip, but they didn't respect Nip music until after.
After, but then it goes back to give the people their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that's the crazy part of it, man. But you hate to hear this, and I did see something, man. And like Mike said, that's why I held this comment up there long. If y'all can read that, man, he say, "Damn, the fact that you can't protect your kids in the moment that the helicopter is going down hurts the most." And that's a goddamn great. That you're right about that, man, because our job is to protect them kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't care if your kid is 30. That's still your kid, even though they grown and everything, man. So I can't imagine, when they release the audio, because they got the black box. That's been confirmed that they did get the black box of the helicopter. And when this audio and everything come out, you're probably going to be with 9 people on board.
Well, they got actual footage of the airplane of the helicopter crashing. Like, it was people there. They have actual footage of it going down.
Yeah, I seen that on Twitter. I just didn't know if it was true because you got so many people. They know how to edit and all of that. I actually seen a few clips, but I haven't seen any main news. As far as NBC, ABC, all of them actually put it out because they probably got it too, but they probably gonna have to run it through to see if somebody edited it, because people are good nowadays. But I have seen it too, and I'm quite sure if me and you seen it, I'm quite sure all those other news outlets seen it too. But they probably gonna give it to their professionals to see if this was legit. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm waiting on too.
And a lot of people, they was like, "Oh, well, the whole thing was just, I heard about it because my wife called me." Now, everybody knows I don't really watch basketball like that. I know who Kobe is, I know who Shaq is, I know who Jordan is, I know who a couple of other people are, but I didn't really watch basketball like that. So, when the basketball thing comes up on my feed, I don't really pay attention until she called me. She was like, "Did you hear about Kobe?" And she said TMZ broke it. And then people started saying, well, TMZ is not a reliable source and all that. You have to understand this. If you really check the track record of TMZ, when it comes to things like this, it's legitimately true because for some odd reason, don't know how they do it, but if somebody passes away, TMZ is going to break the news. They did it with Mike. They did it with Prince. They did it with Nip. They did it with a lot of different celebrities. Yeah. And just so happened that I don't know how they get it first. Don't know. That's their own business. But the social media is a beast. Social media now is a beast. You can't turn around without seeing something on social media.
Yeah, man. And then so many outlets, man. And like I said, I think it was about, they said it was 9, what they say, it was almost 10 o'clock. So it was 1 o'clock there, guys. And I'm telling you, we was at the mall. It was like 1:30, 1:45. And you just heard, man, when I tell you, when you at a mall, the mall probably had anywhere, and this is a nice size mall. It probably, it wouldn't have shocked me if it was 15,000 people total, 20,000 in this mall at this time, this early afternoon, with more people just coming in because people getting out of church and they coming in. It wouldn't have surprised me because, again, this is a nice size mall and it's very active there. But to hear all of these phones going off was like, wow. Really after I heard it. And when I heard it and I'm looking at it and you just start hearing bling, 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 bling. I mean, it was like, wow, it was a wow factor, but I knew exactly what was going on. And then when people picking up their phones or they reading like, what, you could see that all the information, all the reports was coming out. So,
but there, I'm gonna hop off. Like I said, I'm watching a pay-per-view right now, but
all right.
Definitely I appreciate you, putting the link out there.
Oh yeah.
I'll highlight you, just call me. Hey, big bro, hit me. And like I said, give people their flowers while they're here. Give people flowers while they're here. Don't wait.
Yeah,
I'm gone, man.
yeah, man, it's crazy. All right, thanks, man. Yeah, we'll say you got to be tough, LeBron, to experience the joy of passing Kobe one day and learn that he passed away. Yeah, that's it's a tough one, man. Amber said she heard there was a teammate. I know it was a coach from his daughter's school. They actually put his name out there. I don't forget his name, but they actually put his name out there. I haven't seen it since, but it was a Caucasian guy, like a little beard, not a full beard, but just some hair on his face. Yeah, I heard it.
I said somebody in the video said somebody jumped out. Jumped out what? Jumped off the plane?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody they didn't make it, because you got to remember what's on that the fuel is totally gasoline. Period is dangerous, but then when you add those, that's a high octane, that's a nice size helicopter that he had going back and forth. Yeah, it's.
Wait a minute, what you mean his wife? Somebody trying to say his wife was on there too?
Nah,
Big is Kobe, his daughter, a coach, his wife, and daughter, as well as pilot. Oh, so the coach's wife.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, Skip Bayless. That's what it was. Yeah. So it was quite a bit of. I know one of the, coach. It was a coach. I don't know about the coach's wife, but they said it was 9 people. No, don't share the link. I don't want it to share the link on my platform. If anybody want to go and view it, that's that. I don't want to. One thing I don't want to do, Joe, is good to talk about it, but as far as like sharing links and stuff like that, so somebody can go and actually see it, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, and we don't know if it's true anyway. That's why I never did it. What I did, I actually did research the helicopter, because you seen the reports saying what type of helicopter it was. And when you did the research, if you put Kobe in front of it, Kobe done took pictures in front of this helicopter. You could see the size of this helicopter. It's not like one of them little small where two or three people can fit up in here. So I mean, for anybody that want to go and look at the video, y'all got to do that. But please don't put that in there, because I seen it by mistake. So, as I was going down Twitter. So, what up, though? What up, Efren? What's good?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm out here in California, man.
All right, man.
I was born and raised in LA.
Yeah, give us some insight on what's going on out there. Of course, we heard the news, but what's the take out there, man? Can you give us some insight?
Well, they don't want to release nothing yet till the what is it called, the FTA? Yeah. So they don't want to get a false statement yet, but yeah, it was Kobe Bryant's there he was going to because he has an academy out here. It's called Mamba Academy.
Okay.
So he was on his way because his daughter was gonna play a basketball game that day. Actually, he was gonna play a game. He had a tournament against, I guess, the coaches. I don't know. I think that's what I heard. But then after that, his daughter was gonna play, and yeah, they were on the way over there, man. The helicopter went down.
Yeah. So when Efren, while you was out there, where was you at when you first heard it? Because I know it was early morning. It was afternoon here in Detroit.
Yeah, I was at church, man. I was out in the back, and so now I had my phone off. I didn't have it off, but I didn't have it on me. And then when service was over, I looked at my phone. My sister sent me a text, say, "Hey, did Kobe die? Is it a hoax?" I was like, it probably is a hoax. I didn't even bother looking. And like some friends, they know how big of a fan I am. They came up to me, "Man, you're a Kobe guy?" I was like, "What?"
Wow.
I was like, "Nah." Well, yeah. Next thing you know, everybody's like, 3 people confirmed and he was there. I was like, "What?"
Damn. Wow, man. That is crazy, man. it's crazy because, like you said, man, you hear one day and you gone tomorrow, man, and you just never know, man. And
Yeah,
I know,
tomorrow never promised, man. You
yeah,
know?
and I hear people say, like you hear King say, "Hey, man, give people flowers while they're here," and that's easier said than done because don't nobody plan to wake up to say, "Okay, I know this person getting ready to go. Let me give them flowers." It's kind of tough. It's real hard. Really when you got your own family and stuff like that. I hear that a lot. A lot of people, hey, give people the flowers, but it's tough, man, when you got your own family. And it's not to say that you can't recognize a person, but sometimes you got men who grow up, you got boys who grow up to be men, and you got girls who grow up to be women. And it's kind of tough when you try to balance that. You try to balance that life. You got your own family, even though you grew up with your brothers, your cousins, and everything, but you can't. Every day, you just don't know. You just don't know. And it's so hard. It is very hard. You just gotta hope for the best of everyone, and it's tough. It is very, very tough, man. When you trying to hold down your family, and then you trying to worry about somebody else's, their situation. So, uh, you know, uh, so that's why I don't say, hey, give them the flowers while they're here because it's so tough, man. I mean, it's very tough. If I see you, I see you. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You good? And that's how it is, man. But it's just a hurtful feeling, man. Once some person go, man, that's all you got is memories now. You got memories.
Yeah, he's a man, big icon out here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big time Laker fan, and he made me a big time Laker fan.
Yup. Yup. Kobe was
So a
that
lot of
deal, man.
if you grew up like my era, being like um you you're not gonna like LeBron as much you like Kobe.
Yeah, man.
But sorry to say, but he's gonna be well lost.
Yeah, man. That's a tough one right there, man, because I like I said, the only hiccup I seen, and this probably was a learning, it was learning. We all did some things that we wish we can go back from, and as far as growing up as men, but it was just that incident when he told on the whole team. I think that's the one blemish that Kobe had, when he got busted, everybody, he eats everybody, and I remember it like it was yesterday because everything came out and all fingers was pointing at Kobe. And I'm quite sure if he could have took it back, he would have. But he actually, if I'm not mistaken, reports was like, hey, he for everything he said, he went back to those individuals and apologized, and but you got to understand, when I'm getting ready to lose everything, I got to do everything I got to do to try to save what I have. And that's probably how he was thinking. And then you just didn't know exactly what was going on behind. We didn't know what was going on in the background, and only thing we could do is give our opinions. But it probably was some stuff going on in the background where he just said, you know what, since y'all got me, I'm getting y'all too, and but as far as that, man, great competitor, talk smack, cat. I mean, probably the closest you're gonna get to Jordan like person ever, and it's just crazy, man. 41 years old, man.
41.
Yep, 41 years old, and like I said, and then to lose, can't imagine what that mother going through right now. What's her name? Vanessa?
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vanessa.
his wife. I can't imagine, man, what she's going through. It got to be tough, man. Not only I'm losing my husband, but I lost the daughter too, man. And you know, that's a tough one right there. That's a tough one, man. We got to continue to send prayers, you know, healing, and it's gonna take a minute for it, man, because one thing I know, man, and I dealt with it personally, you know. I had to actually deliver my daughter, you know, who was already gone. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, man, you don't want that. You know, you don't want to. I don't think no parent want to bury their kids. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the hardest situations, you know, and I think that's why I'm really like overprotective of my kids. You know, I don't care, male, female. I got to know what you're doing, where you at, where you going, straight up. And if it don't meet, if long as you're in my house and I'm paying these bills and you living rent free and everything, I'm just gonna have that up. I got to have it. Unless you get your own, you get out there, get your job, and you're ready to, well, I think you're ready to move on your own, then you know, because this is not the old days anymore. You know, I think a lot of the days where I was coming up and before me, you hear the fathers say, they tell their sons, 18, you're out. You know what I'm saying? Well, not everybody is ready to be out on their own at 18. You know, and I think, you know, nowadays, I think that's why, you know, we got in this generation that we're raising now, a lot of husband, wife, men, women, they're not pushing their kids out the door. You know, they're not pushing them out the nest yet. So it is crazy, man. It is crazy. Yes, he did win an Oscar for that book. Yes, he did do a kids book. Yes. And the not bring the show down. I also got, well, as I was doing this, putting everything together, the lady from MSNBC,
Right.
Allison Morris.
Yeah.
I'm not going to direct y'all to the video because it seems like sometimes YouTube actually get very upset with that, you know, and they start demonetizing you and, you know, putting up warnings. But she actually used the N-word when describing the Lakers, you know, and she getting a lot of back feed right now because it's starting to go viral. Y'all can go and look it up yourself. Allison Morse with a one L. Check it out. You know, and you'll see it for yourself, man. I mean, don't ask me how she
Mixed up Lakers in that
the
word.
Lakers, and then I mean, I can give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was, you know, if she was talking about Nigerians or, you know, something like that, just saying, and it came out. But Lakers and the N-word do not sound anything alike. And yeah, I'm quite sure it's going to be a lot of pushback on this, and could cost her a job. You know, I'm quite sure on the Breakfast Club, she probably gonna get Donkey of the Day. I'm about almost certain she gonna get that from Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club. You know, but you know, yeah, this probably gonna cost her a gig. You know, because once they all get out and everybody start YouTube and Kobe, and they gonna see that right there is going to be quite interesting, man. It's going to be quite interesting. So, yep. So I don't know. He's that's what she called the Lakers on her off time. Well, no, she was actually on the real news feed. Yeah, she was on the news feed. So no prompter, no anything. Yep, no prompter or anything. So it's crazy, man. Yeah, it is crazy.
She had a live show going.
No, I don't know what that is. That's Ken. Ken, something going on with your audio.
Well, that's a dog in the background.
Yeah,
Bark.
you got a dog or something?
No, actually, that's my neighbor's dog. He right there, like right next in the back.
I
I'm
don't.
trying to.
Are you using your headset or are you using your microphone on your
I, I was trying to turn off the camera mics.
Yeah,
I'm
because you
using my
should be able to.
headset. I can hear you through the headset good, but I'm trying to turn off the camera microphones. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go in your setting because it's picking up in the
Okay.
background. We hear a humming noise. That sounds like your computer.
Okay.
You're gonna your headsets may be noise cancellation. That'll stop all that back feed and us not hearing that dog. But
Okay, sorry about that,
yeah.
y'all. I just wanted to say rest in peace, Kobe, and I'll get this straightened out. And if he's still on, I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah, the dog back there crying.
Okay.
But
Hey,
man,
Dell.
hi.
Wait, was that lady on when she said that? Was she on live?
Yeah, it was live. Yup.
Damn.
It's on there. That's all. And I was gonna put the link. I was gonna put the link in here. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it because it seems like sometimes YouTube will flag certain keywords and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I ain't trying to fight them battles right now. That's why, even when I seen the video and them showing like the helicopter going down, I didn't put that in there because YouTube be tripping, man. I ain't got time to be fighting them.
Yeah, I haven't seen that helicopter video out here. There
Yeah.
was I'm watching the news and I haven't seen
Yeah.
nothing about that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I seen it on Twitter, and they showed like it was spinning around going down. But then again, like I say, with so many of these programs out here that where you can edit things and man, Miss Sharp, man, she say let the dog mourn Kobe. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, the dog was mourning too. Oh man. Yeah, the dog was back there crying too. So hey, shout out to the dog, it is crazy, guys. And we just got to put that positive energy, definitely towards the wife and them kids, man, moms and pops, the mother-in-law, father-in-law, it's gonna be a tough. And I was looking at the reports, man, and they said it burned so bad, man, that they vanish. You know what I'm saying? And for people who may not know what that means, man, I mean, it probably won't be no funeral. When they say vanish, whenever they use, because you're talking about like jet fuel, or they had some other items in that was a part of that, man, that actually listening to a couple of reports, they said when they come together, man, or it causes a fire, once it get oxygen, and for some of the people who know about, they firefighters or have family, once that oxygen get in, it can get very, very tough. And they said it was like a quarter of an acre, man. So for people who know about acres, just think of just divided them in four. If you got an acre, divided in four and see how much that is, man. That's a lot of space.
Yeah, they said that they couldn't put out that fire because of that chemical.
That chemical.
Not even water. The water couldn't even put it out.
Yeah, water can't. And if you put I think they say if you with water and oxygen, you just fueling it.
Yeah.
So when they send the first jet and they find it out, I'm quite sure they're getting the details. They couldn't just put water over it, guys, because that was just going to build it. And now you putting, the first responders that's on the ground at risk too. Because I'm quite sure the spread and all that. So it's just an unfortunate, event, man. That and when they said vanish, I just shook my head, because that means if all the bodies vanish, guys, no casket, it's just gonna be a memorial, and that's it, man. And it's just a bad situation, man. It's an all around just bad situation. Yeah. The Fire Stick said, "Oh, I feeling it won't legit." So, yeah, yup. That's what they were saying. They said that chemical, it just demolished the metal. So if it demolished the metal, you already know what it did to flesh, guys. You know, they lucky if they even get some bones. That's how bad it is. So yep, can't put that water on that magnesium. And so that's what they was getting ready to do. And then I'm quite sure the reports came in like, yo, you cannot know. Nope. And you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. What's up, Miss Patricia? How you doing? That's good. So, with that being said, guys, yeah, you're not picking up nobody from there. You're lucky if you get some bones and everything. Only thing they probably gonna have, just to be honest, they gonna have the paperwork, because anytime you jump in the air, you got to report who was, on that plane and everything, and it's just a sad situation. It's a sad and bad situation.
The only way you could identify them is by their teeth.
Yep, and that's if that's there. We hope it's there.
Anything, whatever burn, anything in body burns, you would still just have your teeth.
Yeah,
the imprints of your teeth.
Yeah. So it's gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough. Say, wonder what condition the bodies. No, it probably ain't gonna be no bodies. And I'll tell you that now. It won't be no bodies. I'll tell you that now. You talking flesh, flesh burning, man. We ain't talking about the little burns we get on the stove. You talking about that fuel along with that what is it called? Magnesium. So that's helping fuel it, and it's just a bad situation. Gino, that's what I was saying, Gino, and everybody's seeing that same. That's why I was like, that's why a lot of people not even reporting that, not even reporting that. So, and that's why I didn't take it. I didn't take it. Yeah, and see, he said, I doubt the teeth is there because magnesium fire bursts hot. Yeah, and that's why I was thinking the same thing too. It's going to be very, very tough. And if you go back and look at the review when they had the news where I want to say the city, county, the mayor was there, one of the sheriffs. They had a news conference, and you could just see when he said, listen, he said magnesium, that's not a good one. You know what I'm saying? Because it just burns everything. You're talking about that fuel, and then once they found out about what that the chopper contained, and once he said magnesium, he said the only thing we could do, we have to wait on the coroner. But you could just tell in the body language, like, he can't say it, you know what I'm saying? But he just kept saying, hey, we got to wait on the coroner, and let them do their job and see, but if you look at the body language, he was looking at the reporters like, it's probably going, listen, we just gonna have the names and that's it. It's probably not, he said they had to let it burn. He said they had to let it burn. So
yeah, they have to let it burn. They don't want to. They don't want to make it a wildfire, but there's nothing they can do.
Yup, they said he had to let it burn. So they had to. They said they checked the surrounding areas, no recoveries. You know what I'm saying? So I'm quite sure they couldn't get too close to it, even though they're professionals and that's part of their job. But once it came down, like, you just got to let it burn off. That's all we can do. That's all we can do, man. And it's the memorial is gonna be sad. Yeah, it's gonna be sad. Yeah, her name is Allison Norris. I mean Allison Morris. Allison Morris. That's all you got to do is YouTube it. YouTube Kobe Bryant Lakers, MSNBC. Put something like that. You'll see it. You'll hear it. It's crazy. Yep. So Anthony said, yeah, it's a fireball. It's like instant cremation. So yep. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. But again, I'll talk about it a little bit more. I'm quite sure we're gonna get a lot more details throughout the night, early in the morning. I'll do the show tomorrow, and we'll talk about it because this is still part of the news, guys. Even though we stream, a lot of us was actually probably watching the show on TV when the news came out while we were streaming, and social media and all of that, man. So it's just a sad situation, um, it's sad, but again, if you got a prayer, send a prayer to his wife, moms and pops, those beautiful, beautiful girls, her mother and father, because she's going to need it, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be one tough section for her in her life. This is going to be very, very tough for her. This is not going to be something she going to get over, in a month or two. This is going to be, she's going to need therapy and everything, guys. And we just got to, I know we don't know her, but, if you got a good prayer up in you, you believe in higher power, definitely send that love her way, because she's going to need it, guys.
She lost two people.
And then she got to do this. I'm not going to say she's going to have to do it by herself, guys, but she's going to have to do it by herself. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a tough road for her, man. It's very tough. She still, it's going to be tough. It is definitely going to be tough, man. So if you got one prayer, send it her way, and again, man, we just got to live life to the fullest, because again, we don't know. We do
not just for her, for the whole family that was impacted in that helicopter.
Yeah, and that whole family. Yep, the whole crew.
Yeah, the whole crew.
The whole crew, because we don't got no names yet. Only thing we got is really her name. But I'm quite sure within the next couple of days, within probably the next 12 hours, they probably have a list of everyone, and I know if it was something that Kobe can do, I know he would have did it, to protect his daughter. And just so you know, like here in leaving Detroit Airport, we had a plane that actually went down on I-94, and only one survivor. And she the reason the young girl survived, because her mother, she was a baby. Her mother, as the plane went down, got up over her and put her whole body. I think she covered some burns. Don't know the outcome of how much she got burned, but she was the only survivor. And I know, if he could, he would have tried to do everything. If he didn't, maybe he did try to protect that daughter, man, protect his daughter. And it's just a tough one, man. It is a tough one. It is a tough one. And I just don't like it when children, lose their lives, and I'm very impacted on it. That's something in my spirit, my soul, I do not like. I know it's part of life, but I do not like. Again, prayers to everyone that was affected in that helicopter. If you got a good one, definitely send it out. I know y'all. Some of us need names, and I'm quite sure we'll be getting that within the next 12 to 24 hours. But just send a special prayer, to everybody affected, including Kobe's wife. It's going to be a struggle. It's probably going to be a struggle for everybody. But since we only got her name, that's all we can go by. That's all we can go by. Bo, you got to say anything before we get up out of here?
No, it's just crazy that when you have something sad, you still got people in here talking negative.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Other than that, prayers up for the Bryant family and for the families that was involved.
Yeah. And you gonna have that, man. Some people just don't have a heart, but they one day they gonna come. They'll see what it is. Yeah. Evan, you want to say anything?
Just thanks for having me, man. And you know, people in here should just spread the love. Tomorrow's never promised, man.
Yeah.
And they'll come to it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And everybody, that's going to conclude this. I'm gonna get ready to go back upstairs and sit down, kick it with the family, and I know they was up there before I came down there. They was up there actually watching the news conference and everything like that. So I'm gonna go up here and kick it with them and see how it is. Again, y'all stay safe out there. Salute everybody. Make sure you watch where you're going. Always look at your surroundings. And I will see y'all tomorrow on the live show. I should have more, and some of y'all probably gonna have a lot of information too. All right, so I will see y'all tomorrow, God willingly. Y'all be safe out there. This Superdell, and I am signing out. Talk to y'all later. Big salute to y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.